Suno just dropped version 5.5, and there's a host of new features to using your own voice in songs. That's correct. You can now use your own voice directly in Suno. Let's show you how to use your own voice, and throughout the video, I'll be giving tips along the way to maximize your creativity, so make sure to keep watching all the way through. To use your own voice, there's a few ways to do this, but it all starts in the Create section. Click on the Voice button. Click on Create Voice. Another tip I'll share with you though is regardless of whether you upload an a cappella, you record your own voice live, or you include a recording and separate out the vocals, in order to use your voice, it has to be 30 seconds minimum to 4 minutes max. So let's accept the terms. I'm going to record this live. We'll have to click it twice. So let's start it. I'm going to attempt to sing this song, so bear with me. Sitting by my window in the dark of night, thinking about the times when everything was right. You were my baby, my sweet delight. But now I'm all alone, and it cuts like a knife. Oh, the midnight blues, they're calling my name. Since you left me, girl, nothing's been the same. Play this guitar, trying to ease the pain. But these midnight blues, they just won't wane. And what you can do here is you can take these sliders at the end and you can move it around to where you want the specific part of the song to be. I'm just going to leave it as is, and I'm going to click Use Voice. Sing a joyful melody with clear, warm voice today. This is what Suno uses as part of the voice verification process. So for this one, I'm going to select the beginner option, but of course, if you're a professional singer, you can go all the way up to professional. So now this voice can be saved, and you can fill out some details if you need to, and then you can click on Save. Suno automatically loads the voice into the Create section. I'm going to paste in the same lyrics that I just sung to keep it consistent. And then in styles, I'm going to describe this as a rhythm and blues. Now before I create the song, I want to draw your attention to this blue button here, which is known as the Personalized Magic Wand. And by clicking on this, Suno does its magic to flesh out the style to make it more robust. The tip to know is the more you use Personalized Magic Wand, the more Suno is learning about your personal taste in how the output should sound. This is something that continues to build over time. And what happens is Suno starts to build out a profile about your musical preferences. But it's not exactly clear on where to find it. So here's another tip. If you click on your photo avatar, there's now going to be something called My Taste. Click on that. And of course, because I'm using this for the first time, there's nothing here, but over time, as you would be using it in this box, you would see a lot of text. So in this section, you can either edit them, you can delete them, or you can turn it off using this toggle and then click the Save button. I'm going to leave it alone for now. Here's the first version.
Sitting by my window in the dark at night, thinking about the times when everything was right. You were my baby, my sweet delight, but now I'm all alone and it cuts like a knife. Oh, the midnight blues, they're calling my name. Since you left me, girl, nothing's been the same. Playing this guitar, trying to ease the pain, but these midnight blues, they just won't wane.
That wasn't bad. Let's listen to the second one.
Yeah. Sitting by my window in the dark at night, thinking about the times when everything was right. You were my baby, my sweet delight, but now I'm all alone and it cuts like a knife. Oh, the midnight blues, they're calling my name. Since you left me, girl, nothing's been the same. Playing this guitar, trying to ease the pain, but these midnight blues, they just won't wane.
Let's show you how to upload an existing audio file with vocals and with music and extract them so Suno can isolate the vocals. For this example, I'm just going to use a previously made song that I made in Suno, so here's a quick sample.
All this distance, and I can't get away from you.
We're going to go back to Voices, and we're going to go to Create New. So what we're going to do is we're going to click Consent, we're going to click Select from Library, and then we'll just go down and find the song. So we're going to hit Select, and then Suno starts the processing.
Ain't no such thing as sin. It's just love. Don't let it be in vain.
So you can see there that it automatically removed all of the music from the background and it just kept the vocal only. So very much like the other example, you name it, you can leave the style as default, and then you can click save. The next new feature is the ability to create custom song models. It's not entirely clear from the jump how one would actually start this process. To start creating a custom model, click the model button at the top, and you're now going to see an option that says create custom model. So when you click on it, you can start by naming it, and you can upload up to 24 songs. The one other tip that I'm going to share with you is that you can only have a maximum of 3 song models. So if for whatever reason in the future you want to create more than 3, you'll have to delete one of them and then create another one to fill that spot. So by default, there's these empty slots, and as soon as you start clicking on them, it gives you the option to start uploading any audio. And if you have multiple audio files, you can also click the bulk upload button and it'll do the same thing. But in this tiny text at the bottom here, you can also browse songs that you've made in Suno. What this will do is this will open up your library at the bottom where you can scroll down. So I'm going through the process of selecting a bunch of country songs, and as you click on them and they get selected, they disappear from this pane, and then you can see them as they're added to the top. Now, the other tip that I want to share with you is you actually need a minimum of 6 songs in order to create a custom song model. So if you're working with a genre or a specific style of sound where you don't have enough audio files or songs in your library, this is something you're going to have to revisit in order to get to that 6 song minimum. So when you're ready, click Create Model. Now you get this pop-up here that Suno is working on doing it. This can take up to 5 minutes or a little bit more, so just keep that in mind. Once it's done, it'll take you back to the Create section, and then go back to the Model button, and now you're going to see the model listed there to use for future use. So let's click on that. And then you can notice in the top here, there's the photo avatar that then indicates that you're actually using your own custom song model. In keeping with the theme, I've got some lyrics here that I intend to use in a country song. We won't use the personalize button for this instance, and we'll just keep it as country. And then let's go ahead and we'll go to more options. Let's make sure it's a male voice and it's consistent. And then we're going to click create. Let's play you the final output.
Hooves are pounding on the dusty ground, sun's a-blazing, not a cloud around. Saddle creaks as I ride through the plain, chasing dreams where the wild winds rain.
If you got value out of this video, consider subscribing to my channel so you don't miss out when new content goes live. And if you're looking to learn more about getting creative with AI tools, I have more content popping up that you can click on right here.